Hello my fellow riders, this is Chris at Riding Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at the Roayl Alloy TG 300S LC ABS. So as you can see, we're standing next to the Roayl Alloy 300cc LC. Now this is a very unique bike in the market today. It is a retro bike, and apparently it is based on the TV175 Series 2 from 1960, I think it is. I'm sure you're going to comment below and tell me exactly when it's from. I'm not really a Lambretta or Roayl Alloy fan. Not because of anything they've done, it's just not my style of bike. But don't worry about what I think, it's more about what you think. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be buying this bike for you or whatever, so it doesn't really matter what I think. Now, on the market at the minute, there are a lot of Chinese bikes, and pretty much everything comes from China. Now, these are built in Austria, I believe, but parts are primarily Chinese. From what I've heard, I may be wrong about this, but the 300 I believe has a sim engine in it, and it is a 178, not a 278, not a full 300cc, I believe. Now we're going to have a look around this bike. Everything is designed to look very, very retro because of the fit and finish and the feel of the bike and what it's trying to do. It is trying to be a retro scooter, and it's trying to get you back to the days when you were into these sort of bikes, back with the feel, back with the generation, back with the with your friends and stuff like that. Quite a lot of people who buy these are joined to some sort of a scooter club. The ones in Milton Keynes are like Spartans. They ride around on all of this sort of thing. So we're going to do this the same way we do always. Spec, design, comfort, pros and cons, and cost of riding. Spec. As I said, this is a 278cc, 21.4 horsepower, and it comes out at 23 Newton meters of torque, and it is, as I say, a 279cc. It has ABS, it is water cooled, and it is pretty nippy. I did do a test ride on this earlier, and yes, it does pull very well for what it is. The thing that I found is, on this sort of scooter, I didn't particularly want to go very fast. Not because it doesn't want to go fast, just because it's not that sort of bike. It's not the sort of thing that you're going to want to be going 80 miles an hour, and it will do 80 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure of it. But it's not the sort of thing that you want to be razzing around all day at 80 miles an hour. Now, this was designed primarily for long distance commuting, I would imagine. So it's going to be happy on the motorways at 70 miles an hour for a long duration. So hour, 2 hours plus, and it will be absolutely fine. The engine will be able to take that sort of strain, and that's what the bigger engines are designed for. Longer duration, not necessarily the all-out power and peak performance. A 125cc may not cope with the longer duration journeys than a bigger bike would. So it comes with ABS front and back, and it comes with a disc front and back. Because this is a Euro 4 spec bike, it has to have ABS if it's over 125cc, but it won't have ABS and combined braking. It will just have ABS. It has, I'll have a look, LED front headlights, and it has that Roayl Alloy front headlight on there as well. You can't turn it off, and because it is a Euro 4 spec bike, when you turn the bike on, it will the lights will stay on all the time anyway. So once you start the bike, after a couple of seconds, the headlights will come on. You can turn it high beam and low beam, but you can't physically turn it off. The ABS light will stay on until you've done 400 yards, I think, and then the ABS light goes out as long as there's not a problem. It has a touch screen display, so you can press the touch screen and set your mode and distance and time like that and whatever. That's really it with the spec. It's not a specky bike. It does have a USB, by the way. So design, as I said earlier, this is based on a TV 175 Series 2. It has the bulbous front nose. It has quite a lot of the bits that would have been on the original TV 175. And that is the whole point of this bike. It's retro looks with modern reliability, and it will be reliable as long as you keep it serviced to where it's supposed to be. You've got your tank under the seat. This will be a fairly large tank. It says that it's suitable for Euro 5 spec fuel. On something like this with a 300, you're going to be looking at doing about 250 miles before you have to refill the tank. Has a nice cubby hole in here with a phone holder and a USB port so you can charge your phone, and it comes with the Roayl Alloy toolkit. Roayl Alloy, sorry, otherwise you can tell me off again. Last time I did a video on a Roayl Alloy, I got about 10 comments saying that I said it wrong, so I apologise. And you get two keys. One is just a standard key, and then the other one is a flip key. So they are very nice as well, and they are made out of metal. They're not plastic keys. Because Roayl Alloy love Roayl Alloy, there is Roayl Alloy everywhere. So there, on that side, on this side, at the front, on the headlights, it's got emblems. Okay, I said that wrong, but I know I said that wrong. Emblems on the twist grips. Where else have they got it? It's got the ABS sticker down here. It's got the Tigara Grande sticker on the front. It's got another TG sticker on the front. It's got Roayl Alloy emblem there. So yeah, they really went to town on trying to get their make out there on this bike. One thing that's good about these sort of bikes is there is tons of aftermarket stuff. Quite a lot of the Roayl Alloy stuff will fit on this. Quite a lot of the Lambretta stuff will fit on this. We have done a Lambretta front rack on these ones. You can also get the bigger rear rack on this with the aerial. You can get loads of mirrors. You can get extenders for the mirrors, which lots of people have asked for. They say that it's a bit hard to see behind it, past your shoulders. I found that I could use about 75% of the mirrors. Comfort. This bike is a low seating position. It's 770mm. I am 5'9". I can't quite flat foot it. I can almost flat foot it, but I can't quite. But it is a scooter. You don't need to have both feet on the floor at any one time anyway. The seat height is fairly low at 770, but because it's a fairly wide bike, you'll find that it decreases your foot presence on the floor. Comfort wise, you're going to be able to ride this for quite a while without having too many issues with back and arms. You are sitting upright. The seat is not hard, but it's not that soft either. So it's a bit of an in between. The suspension is very, very solid. So you're going to find that you will feel some of the potholes and stuff like that. After you've done 1,000 or so miles, when you're starting to get it really, really nicely running, you may find that the suspension softens up a bit, the seat softens up a bit, and the riding position is going to be a little bit nicer for you. You will find that when you accelerate on this, it does tend to pull you back a little bit. So just take that into consideration when you're riding. You can see the display very nicely is quite bright. I believe it's an LCD display. This one's completely different to all the other Royal Alley and Lambretta displays, so I know that they all had an issue with theirs. This is a completely different setup, so hopefully you shouldn't have that issue. It has Bluetooth. I don't know why it's got Bluetooth. I don't know why you need it. There's a picture at the top with Bluetooth. Do you need it? I don't know. Maybe not. Pros and cons. Now I'm going to get a lot of people saying that it's not a real Lambretta or it's not a real Royal Alley or whatever. Yes, you're close. It's not a real Royal Alley or a real Lambretta, but it is a very, very good mock-up. And also, because it is a very good mock-up, you can get all the original parts from Lambretta or the TV 175 Series 2. You can use quite a lot of the parts on those, quite a lot of the racks, quite a lot of the mirrors and all that sort of stuff. All the aftermarket stuff for the Lambrettas you can pretty much use on this bike, which is a very, very good thing. There's not really a lot to say bad. It's good for twos up, so that's also good. Lots of accessories, as I said. You can get a top box, you can get a front rack, you can pretty much do what you like, and there's always going to be something about to make the bike your own. I haven't really got any bad points to this, so it's not my style, but that doesn't make it a bad bike. So I'm not going to poo-poo it. It is a more expensive bike, but obviously you're going to get what you pay for to a certain extent. Cost of riding. This bike is £4,899 plus £175 on the road. Tax for this is £40 plus. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's around £40 a year. Your first year's tax is free. Comes with 3 years MOT, or you don't have to have it MOT for 3 years, and it comes with 2 years warranty. Insurance on something like this for, say, a 24-year-old should be around a £250 to £300 mark. I can't imagine it's going to be much more than that. Remember, helmets, jacket, gloves, boots, always a must on these sort of things. And you need to obviously have the retro look, so that retro look is going to cost a little bit more. You don't really want to be going around with a bright fluorescent jacket on something like this if you're going in for the style of it, because it just does not go. So thank you for watching my video. I hope it has been entertaining and I hope you have learned something. So please subscribe to my channel, hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down whether you like my video, and as always, ride safe.